Hello, and welcome to the McTaggart Attack podcast. I'm Kevin McTaggart. I'm a stand-up comedian who lives in Vermont, and this podcast is primarily my way of giving my thoughts on whatever the fuck I want. You can email me, McTaggartAttack@gmail.com. You can find me on Twitter at KevMcT, that's KEVMCT, or the first three letters of my first and last name. If you can't figure out how to spell Kev McT. There's also a Facebook page for the McTaggart Attack podcast on Facebook. Hopefully you have Facebook, so you go on to the McTaggart Attack podcast Facebook page. Or you may not have Facebook, so you probably don't go on to the Facebook page of the McTaggart Attack podcast. I don't know. But as I said, this podcast is how I give my opinions on most things. And today's topic I want to talk about for this episode, whatever number episode it is. I think it's either 202 or 203. Who fucking cares anymore? I just put the number there for me. You don't have to listen in order. You can download all of them, though, but only listen to a couple. Just as long as you download them. That's all I want, is the downloads. But this episode, I wanted to talk about phony people. That's right. And how much I hate phony people. I think we all know and all have examples of people who act phony, who act fake, who act so nice to you, when in fact they hate you, when in fact they probably talk shit about you behind your back, when in fact they don't give a shit about you at all, when in fact they tell you one thing, say they'll do it, and don't end up doing it. Why? Because they're phony, and they only do it to make you think that they only do it or say it or offer it to make you think that they like you, or they want you to like them. So they're just so goddamn phony. It's fucking ridiculous. You know, they all sort of sound the same, if you think about it. To me, it's always like, oh, hello, how are you, blah, 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 oh my gosh, oh man, oh no. There's some sort of twinge in their voice or whatever. You know, some sort of way, and it's just I hear it, and it just annoys the crap out of me. I feel like I have a detector or a superpower or something where, I can tell who the phony people are. I can tell who's full of shit and who's not full of shit. I can tell the real people from the fake, phony assholes out there. Fucking annoying. Phony people. I've had bosses that are phony. I had one recently who got fired last year who was very phony. Every time they talked, I could just, my bullshitometer, my BS-ometer went off thinking, oh, this is a lie. This is a phony. She's just trying to make everybody like her. And it's just ridiculous. It's like, it's just so goddamn annoying. Oh, yeah. Shut the fuck up. It just bothers me so much. Then there are the people who like act phony sometimes. Like I know some people who are just mean, ugly people, ugly personality people, and they just when they act fake and act so nice, you can tell that they're totally fucking faking it. And it's just aggravating that phony fake people just need to stop. Just be yourself. If you're an asshole, be an asshole. If you hate people, just admit that you hate people. Don't be a phony person who goes behind your back and talks shit about you. Don't fucking do that. Don't be a phony person. Because it's like anytime I hear somebody say, oh, hi, Kevin, it's so good to see you, I'm thinking to myself, this person hates me. This phony-ass motherfucker fucking hates me. Or something, you know? Of course, I'm nervous and petrified about most people, but it's just like phony people. They're just aggravating to me. It's like I can tell that they're being phony. It's like I want to talk about this in an entire episode once, but like I saw this article on Facebook that talked about 30 signs that you're an empath, and I had all 30 signs, so I guess that means I'm an empath. But one thing that empaths do is that like they can tell when a person's being phony. And it's like, I totally can. I can tell when someone's being phony. You know, I can tell when someone pretends to be nice to somebody. I can tell. I can tell most of the time. I can tell almost all of the fucking time. And it just aggravates the hell out of me when there's phony people around. And they're just, oh, hi, it's so nice to... You know, they're the phonier they are, the higher in pitch their voice goes, you know, or they somehow sound like a valley girl or something like that, which is really weird when a man sounds like a valley girl, but still, it's just fucking annoying, and it's just goddamn aggravating, and let's just act real to each other instead of acting like phony, obnoxious assholes, because quite frankly, I'm fucking sick of it. But it's like anywhere you go, like either in work or in public places, there are people acting phony. Like, and you can tell that, like, they act so genuinely, they pretend to be so goddamn nice to you. But I can tell that these people don't fucking care. One single bit. Maybe it's a bipolar thing. I don't know what the fuck it is, but it's just phony people are the worst. And it's aggravating. It's just like, I've always, like, I don't know how, can most people tell when someone's being phony, or is it just me? Like, I just, red flags just go off. Like I said, like, the pitch in their voice, the way they talk, you know, is just, maybe I'm just a lot more observant than most people, but just phony people can just go away. Don't try to be. Don't pretend to be nice to somebody. If you're gonna pretend to be nice to somebody, don't be nice to them then. What's the fucking point? Just, I know a lot of phony people, and a lot of people piss me off. Why? Because most of the time, they're phony. They're fake. They pretend to be your friend when they really just want to stab you in the back. They pretend to be nice to you. They say, oh yeah, we'll do it. And then they just talk shit about you once you're not around. It's like, it's just ridiculous. I just fucking hate phony people. And it's like, I feel like to talk to phony people, you have to be phony to them back. So it's like, I will go ahead and engage a phony person and try to be as phony as possible back. Because you know, or maybe it's just as someone once told me, it's just have to be sickly sweet to them or something like that, you know? So that's sometimes the only way you can talk to a phony person is to be phony back to them. Oh, it's so nice to see you. Oh, it's so good to see you too. Oh my gosh, it's been like forever. See, you can do it really fucking easy just to pretend to be nice to people. But then there are those, I'm not saying I'm phony, I'm not phony, but you have to be phony to people some of the time. But then there are those people who are just phony, fake people who seem to give a shit about you, but don't fucking give a shit about you at all. And I give a shit about most people that I know. But there are fake people out there that don't seem to care, but they pretend to care when they don't even fucking care in the fucking first place. And that pisses me off. And that's the bottom line. If you smell what the McTaggart Attack podcast is cooking.